Hello everyone, welcome to my vlog. First of all, I would like to say I'm sorry I didn't put any vlog together for the last couple of weeks. First of all, I was extremely busy with some of the event I was organizing, so that really make me really busy, and I just simply didn't have the time. Also, I got a little bit of sick over the last week or so, also I didn't feel good. I had to go through a bunch of tests and stuff, but it seems everything is fine. So okay, I'm back in the truck, so yeah, let's jump into our today's vlog. So today's vlog I would like to dedicate to lenses. This is something which is extremely important, and I deeply believe that you know, the lens is even more important. It's more important than even the body. So the lens is really crucial in headshot photography. So today I would like to show you two of my favorite lenses for headshot photography, and I would like to discuss them a little bit more and tell you what I like about those lenses and what I don't like about those lenses. Yeah, I definitely would like to explore this topic quite a bit, because I've been receiving, as I said, a lot of questions regarding that particular topic. So I want to kind of discuss this and then share with you my thoughts on this. Well, first of all, there's tons of lenses out there, and everyone has to work with well, first of all, the budget, because as you probably know, some of those lenses are cheaper. There's some of them which are expensive, and there's some which are so expensive that sometimes it seems like they're not affordable for some of us. So it takes a little bit of time to build up the business and then make sure that we can afford them. And then, you know, but the next question is, do we really need, you know, the top shelves lenses? Because sometimes we paying extra dollars for something which, in my opinion, we don't really need. Sometimes we're getting really, I have to say, forced by well, basically the salespeople and, you know, the stuff what we've seen online, that, well, you should have this lens because it's really good and stuff like that. So let's explore this a little bit more, and then again, I'd like to hear your feedback. I will be talking only about the Nikon lenses because that's what I shoot. You know, I'm sure there are equivalent lenses for Canon, so if there is someone who can share those information with us, would be fantastic. I would really appreciate that. I have no knowledge whatsoever about Canon lenses, so please forgive me if you're a Canon shooter. This vlog probably is not going to be really useful for you. Actually, I'm sure there will be some information which you also can kind of consider buying a lens. So okay, so let's jump into it. So primarily I'm using this lens, which is the Nikon 70-200. It's a zoom lens. So let me start talking about the good stuff about this lens. So, well, as I said, it's a zoom lens, so it's very versatile. We can basically get to the shoot and, you know, we can zoom in, zoom out. We don't have to run back and forth. So that's, if we're, I would say, sometimes lazy and we don't want to move back and forth, this lens definitely helps to zoom in and zoom out whenever we are shooting a headshot. Another thing which I really like about this lens is this lens is very sharp. Whatever you're shooting 70, 100, 150, 200, this lens provides us with really sharp images. This lens also has that veer system, which, in my opinion, I have this most of the time off. There's few reasons behind this. Well, first of all, if you understand how to set up your camera and how to shoot, then you really don't need that veer system, which is the stabilization system, which, you know, if you're, let's say, shooting and you're shooting in very low shutter speed, that a little bit helps to stabilize the image. I didn't really have a chance to really test that, so I'm not gonna speak up about this too much, because I really, as I said, never had a chance to really test how this whole thing works. Apparently it works. As I said, if this is really necessary, my opinion, not really, because if you, let's say, shooting 200 of a second, then you really don't need that stabilization system, because the shutter speed is so fast that it's not going to really affect your image. So this is I would say I'm shooting this 70% of my headshots. I bought this lens because I used to shoot a lot of weddings, and that's what I actually invest the money, because this is one of the lenses every wedding photographer should have. But for the headshots, yeah, it's a great lens. Highly recommend it, and yeah, it's a wonderful piece of equipment. So let me talk about few things which I don't like about this lens, and I know people are gonna like, hey, what's wrong with this lens? So there's a couple things. Well, first of all, this lens is really heavy. Well, if you, let's say, shooting handheld, and let's say you have 2-3 hours photo shoot, you're gonna really feel your arms, because this lens is extremely heavy, and holding this lens for a few hours, you really gonna feel it. I don't think it's something which we should really worry about. This is not something which is like big of a deal, but I just want to mention that, because some of those photographers, well, this is something which I feel sometimes, and I shoot a lot, that after a few hours, like my arms, I can really feel them. So this is something which you have to consider buying that lens. Another thing which I don't really like, and I don't think even anyone mentioned that, and I don't know if this is just me or there's someone else had that issue, but those plastic straps, I have to replace them already, I think 3 or 4 times. So this is something which, I don't know, it's my greasy hands or because I use that lens a lot, but I had a little bit of issues. And I have to say, this is not big of a deal, especially I always have those straps replaced by Nikon for free, so I didn't really have to pay for this. Well, the problem is that you have to send the lens out, and that takes time. Usually it's about 2 weeks to get the lens back. Even it's free fix, it's still sometimes, if you're really booked up and you don't have a backup lens, then might be an issue. So and again, this is maybe not big of a deal, but I really hate when I have lens which there's something falling off, or there's something moving, or there's some parts kind of sticking out. There's also some kind of sensor here on the underneath that strap, so if you basically, this whole thing comes off, it's really exposed, and I don't know we should touch this thing or not. So again, I had this little bit of issue. So this is something what you have to, I don't know, just consider that that's gonna happen might happen to your lens as well. Again, I've been shooting 70% of my headshot with this lens, and the last thing what I want to say about is, and this is something which also is a big factor, this lens is fairly expensive. The brand new one costs about $2,200 to $2,500, so it's a huge investment. So I have to admit that for me it was a big chunk of money which I had to spend. It's worth it. I agree with this, but if you are on the budget, and let's say you don't have that much money, there are some other options which you can go with, and gonna work equally as good as this lens. Okay, so that's the zoom lens, and then I have another lens, and which I think is also amazing lens, is this this fixed lens, and this is I'll actually add all the descriptions and what exactly that is. And this is actually the Nikon 105 fixed lens 2.8. This lens also has that VR system, which is a stabilization system which is put into this lens. Again, I don't really use that because well, I always set up my camera so I don't really have to worry too much about the stabilization. Well, like I'm not getting shaky images where everything is blurred or something. That I always try to set up those higher shutter speed rates, so this is not a big of a deal for me, and it's extremely amazing lens. Most of my beauty shots, I use that lens, and then I also started using this lens to shoot a lot my headshots. So there's a few things about the lens I really like. First of all, going back to the other lens, which was really heavy, this is really light. Even it's really solid, it's metal, and it's really good lens. It's really light, so having that lens for even, I don't know, 3-4 hours shooting, you're not gonna feel anything. It's extremely sharp. It's amazing results. The bokeh from this lens is outstanding, and I'll actually show you not only the images which I've been shooting, but also I'll show you some other stuff which I shoot for my weddings, and you will see like how amazing the bokeh is from this lens. Again, it's I would highly recommend, if you are only headshot photographer and that's your main thing, this is only what you do, I would never go with that other lens. That would be my go-to lens, because first of all, again, it's sharp, the bokeh is amazing, it's fairly light, and also the price is believe it or not, it's quite, well, I don't want to say cheap, because it's still expensive, but comparing the other one, it's really affordable. So for something like this, brand new, you're looking about $800. So it's basically fracture the price from the other lens, and it's gonna work equally as good as the other lens. And I can show you some images from both of those lenses, so you probably not gonna see any difference. So again, yeah, I would highly recommend this one. So if you're on the budget and then you want to have amazing lens for headshot photography, and you, let's say, don't want to spend too much money, that would be something which I would really consider and look a little bit deeper. There's older version of this lens, there's some newer versions of that lens, but for the headshot, it's more than perfect. You will love that lens. So yeah, so those are two of my favorite lenses. I use them pretty much all the time. I'm trying to switch back and forth, depends on the shoot and where I'm shooting, but I'm really trying to using this, well, I'm started using this lens a little bit more than the other one, and I simply really love it. So I hope that was a little bit well, give you some more information. The one thing which a lot of people ask me, which lens you would recommend, zoom lens or the fixed lens. Well, if you want a zoom lens, you definitely want to invest a little bit more money, because with the zoom lenses it's a little bit more tricky. With the fixed lenses, I think there is not too much thing to discuss. They most of the time they really good. There's much less moving parts, and they're much sharper. Plus some of them they're a little bit much more cheaper. So yeah, I would definitely recommend those fixed lenses for sure. So feel free to put some comments. I would definitely would like to hear any people who are shooting Canon, what's their take on this is, and then what kind of lenses you guys you like to shoot, and yeah, let's explore this a little bit more, and I hope that was helpful. I'll try to throw some images at the end so you guys can see some of the shots what I've done with those lenses, and then put some other information down below so you guys have more information about the lenses which I've been using. So I would like to wish you guys fantastic weekend, because it's almost Friday, and I will try to get back on the track with the vlog. I have some cool stuff coming up, so which I would like to discuss with you. I will be going to Poland, doing a couple workshops over there, so I'll also keep you updated on those information, and I will definitely try to showcase you some of the stuff I will be doing over there. I will be doing a lot of shoots over there. I already have to schedule a few headshot session with some amazing models, so I'll try to keep it interesting and share with you the stuff what I will be doing over there. So in the meantime, have a fantastic weekend, a lot of great shoots, and I will chat with you guys probably at the beginning of the next week. So stay tuned, and I will be looking forward to hear from you guys.